Hi, my name is Mary Beth Rice-Gaiser, and I'd like to welcome you to my class, which is Drawing and Painting 2. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself, and then I would like to go into a little bit of our curriculum and what you can anticipate for your child for this year. First and foremost, I am so thrilled to be teaching your sons and daughters for this class. It's going to be an exciting year. It's going to be a very different year, but I'm really looking forward to it. So without further ado, let me share my screen with you, and I will show you a little bit of information that I have right here in Schoology. Okay, so here we are. So just so you know, I have in Schoology my contact information. If you need to get in touch with me about anything, by all means, best way to reach me is via email. Okay, I'm happy to call you back. I'm happy to have a meeting with you. I do have office hours. That will be Wednesday afternoons, and I have a specific link for that. Again, I just ask that you email me first so we can set up a time, make sure I don't have a conflict. But in addition to that, I mean, seriously, you or your child, do not wait for a Wednesday for me to have a meeting. If someone needs to get in touch with me sooner, just let me know and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Now, your child, I have a daily link in for Zoom. Your child, whether they're here in class with me or working remotely, will be signing into Zoom every day. They need to make sure they're prompt when they sign in, and I have the times posted, so the days for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, as well as the time for Wednesday. And then they just need to make sure that they're logged into that. That's how I will be taking attendance. In addition to that, I have a weekly planner. So that way your child can take a look and see what we will be doing during that particular week. I will try to have things posted by the end of the weekend, but regardless, I will certainly have everything posted by Monday morning for the entire week so they can take a look and see what to anticipate for that week. And that's going to be an ongoing thing. Now, for this, I have my beginning of the year, and I'll get into some of this stuff in 1 minute, which talks about the syllabus, the art supplies, and other things of that nature. But on top of all that, I have for each quarter, so in this case, marking period 1, your child will be able to go in there, take a look. All of the assignments are going to be posted in there. Now, I have quite a few assignments posted in there, but I have not published anything. As soon as I do that, they will be able to go ahead and see what the assignment is. All the rubrics will be posted in there, as your child will be turning everything into me through Schoology. So we're going to go over that process in class. We did that last year. So if your son or daughter had me in Drawing and Painting 1, we did that throughout the course of the year, and we started that right in the beginning of the year before we all had to work remotely. So that's something that is not too new for them, but I want to go over the process with them on how to do that as well. Okay, so for the syllabus, let me just go ahead and open that up for you. So I have here just kind of a basis to take a look, and let me just make it a little bit bigger. That is the wrong syllabus. Okay, here we go. So for Drawing and Painting 2, there's some big differences from Drawing and Painting 1. Now this year too, I have some course rules and expectations. Needless to say, we have to follow the proper social distancing. We'll be wearing our masks. It's for students to be on time to class, both working here in the school or remotely, so that counts for both, to always be prepared with their materials. This is a big year for that, and I will only have them bring in the materials that they're working with at that time. So if your child is not in need of a sketchbook for a few days, I'm not going to be asking them to bring that in. But if they're working on a painting, they would probably have to bring that back and forth. And I will take size into consideration, so it makes it a little bit easier for transporting. Okay, if there's any question about the materials, by all means, make sure, please, that that question is asked. Okay, so for the attendance, again, as I made mention, we're going to be taking attendance on Zoom, both for students who are working, your kids who are working in front of me, and those who are working remotely. It's just kind of a nice way as well for the class to feel more together, since there's going to be so many kids who are working remotely. I think it's a real good idea. I already told you I have my weekly plans, which are going to be there for students to take a look at on a daily basis. If there's any question about those plans, you or your child is welcome to, of course, be in touch with me via email, or if they're here in front of me, we can talk about that too. So for the classwork, again, I'm going to be giving some homework assignments as well as the big project assignments. We're all trying to work ahead and figure all this out this year and how it's going to be. They'll have an opportunity, if they are a hybrid student, work both in school as well as at home. For those who have kids who are going to be working completely remote, likewise, I may be asking for them to take some screenshots of their work so I can have a better idea and make sure where everybody is to ensure that your child is not falling behind. And if they are, I'd like to help them get caught up. So for those homeworks in that, I don't typically have anything due like the next day that we are actually meeting. Usually that would be over like a week's period of time. And again, I adjust time. If I feel more time is needed for students, then I will do that. And I'll adjust what needs to happen. For critiques, it's going to be a different year for critiquing. So we'll be critiquing both in class and remotely. I may have students break into some subgroups and work that way. It might be even a combination of kids who are here in class with students who are working remotely. To be very candid with you, I'm kind of excited about it, but I really haven't figured that out yet as far as how I wish to plan that. So it's a work in progress. And like I told the kids, and I'm telling them throughout this first week, we need to be flexible, and it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for all of us, and we'll move forward together in a good way. So for the grades, in general, homework grades, depending on what kind of a homework it would be or a journal, are worth 20% of the grade. For the course and the actual projects and assessments are worth 80%. Now I do adjust those percentages and what the weighting of that is if there is a larger piece that they're working on outside of class is a journal. And with that, typically, I let the kids know that before I actually do the grading, and that's just how it works. This year, we will not be having any finals for this particular class. So in order to get to their final grade, they will take each of the 4 quarters and divide it by 4, and that's how they're going to get their final average. The art department has instilled a late assignment policy. Now, this isn't for if your child has been absent and has been really ill. Obviously, they need to talk to me so we can adjust their timing and make sure that they can get it done. But typically, if it's late, they'll receive a 5-point deduction beyond the first week and a 10% deduction after that. So if your child, however, is working on something that is highly complex and they really were excited to try something new and it's much harder, likewise, they should talk to me so we can adjust the time. I don't want them to not challenge themselves just because they're concerned about a time constraint. So the supplies this year, that's kind of a key factor. With the supplies, kids are all going to need to have their own kits with them, and they will need to come to class with their kits. I don't get to see them enough as it is, so they need to be prepared. They need to bring everything with them. And if there is any issue with getting any of the supplies, please make sure that you contact me. I will let them know what materials we're going to work with for each particular assignment. So I'm going to be changing up assignments a little bit along with the sizes, and also letting them know what materials they need to bring to school and what materials they can just leave at home. Just in case we go 100% remote again for a little while, I want to make sure everybody has all the materials that they need right at their fingertips. Extra help, again, is available. They just have to let me know that they're in need of help. And I just wanted to say I'm really looking forward to an exciting year in working with your child, and I just can't wait. It's going to be a good one. So on that note, I'd like to thank you so much. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. And I look forward to working with your son and daughters. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.